Humans hunted these tigers until there were none left in the wild, but they didn't understand what would happen next. Without the tiger, Tasmania lost its only apex predator, a keystone species, meaning it has a huge impact on its ecosystem. And without them,
there's been an explosion of wallabies and kangaroos there. They're eating all the shrubs, they're eating all the bushes, that's impacting the bird populations, it's changing the landscape.
Which means that now other species are at risk, like the Tasmanian devil.
They developed this incredibly strange disease, and it's actually like a cancer tumour that grows on their face, and they spread it from animal to animal.
Apex predators used to reduce diseases like this by eating sick members of the population. By killing all the Tasmanian tigers, we created a butterfly effect that's rippling through the food chain to this day. So, some are proposing
the only way we'll ever be able to bring that ecosystem back into balance is to put the Tasmanian tiger back into it.
Tasmania is an island cut off from other natural predators, and many scientists agree that there's no other living species that could replace what the thylacine could do here. But could we actually do this? Well, they're following the recipe. They've identified the animal. They've sequenced the DNA. As for close relatives, this is the closest living animal to the thylacine. Their genetic makeup is 99.9% identical.
And then you just edit that 0.1% where they're different, and that will turn that then into a Tasmanian tiger or a thylacine cell.
Wait, 0.1%? That's actually a lot genetically.
And that's the bit that's going to take a really, really long time to get that bit done.
At this point, though, you might be wondering, whoa. Did we not learn our lesson from Jurassic Park? What are the consequences of actually doing this? When is it okay to use this technology, and when is it not? In other words, how do we get this right? What happens when you drop a predator back into an environment that hasn't seen it in decades? Well, in this case, it seems like a lot of the animals remember them.
We made some replica thylacines and we took them out into the bush in Tasmania. We saw that they absolutely, without doubt, even though it's been over 100 years since they were really there, all of those animals remember the thylacine. If there's a fox or a goat, they don't really care. But if they see the thylacine, they are out of it.
But what about the thylacine's instincts? How would it know to behave right, like a predator? How much of an animal is nature versus nurture? There's real debate here.